Hi guys, so this is the final project of this internship. So I'm going to guide you on what you're going to do in your project. So this is what I expect. So I'm going to explain the DAG that I've created. So I'll be creating a DAG that will be performing different tasks, and I will be expecting you to create this almost the same DAG, but you will be using different data sets of your choice. So I'll be hoping that the tasks will be different from mine, or maybe the results will be different from mine. So for example, I have used a data set that I downloaded from the internet of a recipe. So there are different data sets. So for example, if we are performing an ETL, right? So that means it must have an extraction and transformation and also loading. But here we have passed the extraction phase, so we already have the data. But if, for example, we had a data maybe using in MySQL or maybe from Postgres, we would have extracted it using different operators that are available. But I'm going to skip that phase so that the work will be a little bit easier for you. I am going to start from a composer itself. So that means like you are going just to upload your data to Google Cloud Storage. Then from there you will create a DAG that will be transferring the data to Google Cloud. BigQuery, and then from there we will create and there the ETL will perform. We will create SQL maybe functions that will transform our data to dimensional tables, and then we will then transfer it to fact tables. So that means we are going to merge all the tables that we have. So that means if you have many tables in your database, it doesn't have a problem, because at the end of the day you can merge it and then analyze it. So that is what I'm going to guide you. So let us get into the DAG. So here you can see that I have imported the dependencies that I'm going to use in this project. So here you can see that we have different dependencies. So the main dependencies that we are going to use are going to be of GCP. So here we will be using GCS to BigQuery operator. We will be using BigQuery check operator, and we will be using BigQuery operator to do different functions. And like if you want to learn more about the operators, you can look for a Google Cloud tutorial on the composer, and it will explain everything. So here I created this. I defined my ID connection, and I defined my project ID. So I identified for my project ID here, and I identified the path where there is my data sets, and the bucket name, and the staging data sets, and data set and location. So staging data sets, these are the data set where your data is going to be in BigQuery and everything. So let me show you in the BigQuery what you're supposed to do. For example, the project ID, where you're supposed to get it from, you will for example come here where you have created your project. I hope from the last tutorial or from the last project you had already created your your project. So you know how to create a project. So you will just click on the projects here, and then it will show you the project idea. So you will copy this project ID and paste in your tag here, and then creating the bucket name. And creating the bucket name here, you will come to this navigation menu and click on it, and then you can look for Google Cloud Storage, and then you will click on it. So when you click on it, let's see, when you click on it, okay, let me just go to this. When you click on it on the big on the Google storage, it will bring you to the buckets. So here you can create your bucket. For example, I have created my recipe final. So this is the data where I'll upload my data sets to. So I have already done it because of time, and I want you I want us to go very fast. So here now you can see I created a packet recipe final, right? And then I created a folder called recipe, and then I uploaded my DAX into it. So that is why here in the GCP path I have included recipe. So this is the path where my data is, and this is the packet name. So you can be able to understand that. I hope so. So here now you can see these are my data sets, and the data sets which have the same objective, like they have the same data in it. For example, in your company you have a lot of data from different sources, but it is going to perform the same functions, so it have the same number of tables and everything. So you can be able to you don't have to deal with it separately, so you can use especially this project to work on it. Okay, so here in the default tags, so this is what you this is it defines what the owner, you can see the owner is Moses, and here it depends on the past, so you can put what you want to. So for and email on failure, this is where if a tag fails to perform, where it is going to send the message to. So you can just put your email here. You will put something like an array, and then put a string, and then put your name in it. So, and then retries, it's the number of retries it is going to perform, and then the start date. So I put here the days, 2 days ago. So that means when I'll start running it, it will not wait. It will just go to rush to perform it, because it was 2 years ago. 2 days ago. That means it is already past schedule, so it has to run. And then retry delay, it is 5 minutes. So you will understand more on that. So here like this is the main function of this DAG recipe warehouse. So this is the name that is going to display when you're going to run it. It will identify the name, and then schedule intervals. This is the time it is going to run. And then okay, here default tags, I've just carried this function here to identify that it is under this. So I have identified as a DAG. We will be using this DAG in almost all the processes or the tasks that will be running here. So that means that all the tasks that will follow all will use all the dependencies on the schedule time we have put in here. So the ID, the task ID, you will put the name that you want. For example, I have said that this function will be called the the start pipeline, and DAG is defined as DAG. So that means this DAG is going to be called here. So all of this is identified as a DAG, and then it is called here under this dummy operator. So we can start now from loading data from Google Cloud Storage to BigQuery. So here you can go learn more about this, but this is what it does. I will explain briefly with one data set. So for example, here we're going to use this data set IAM, right? So here this is the name I'll be calling it, load dataset IAM. Yeah, so this operator is going to tell Airflow that we are moving data from GCS to BigQuery. GCS is Google Cloud Storage. So what you are going to put in here is all the dependencies, the dependencies that are going to be required. The task ID is just the name that you will give your task, right? And then now the bucket name we had already identified here, but you have to identify it again. So that means it is going to call this this dataset name, this packet name recipe final here, and it is going to call it here. So that means our data is going to come from there. So the source objective is will be so this is an array, so it will be from a recipe and then IAM.csv. So this is exactly where it is. So you can see, like, if you come here and you try to click on this IAM.csv, you can see the directory here. So it is this is the bucket and this is the directory. So I created a folder called recipe and then put the data in it. So yeah, and then the destination is where the destination in your in your BigQuery it is going to be. So it is going to call the project ID. So of course, if you go to BigQuery here, we have this is the project ID, right? So it is going, this is the destination that we want the data to come to, right? So so it is going to call it here, the project ID. The staging dataset. So the staging dataset is the dataset that we want to create so that our data will be carried into it. So that means here, let's go straight. So here we will create. Let me see if there's a data set. Okay, there's no data set. So here we will create a data set. This is the staging data set, right? So this is the staging data set. We'll create it and then we'll be calling that recipe staging data set. And then the location must be the location as the location that you are using in your in your environment, and also in your data in your storage. So here the the dataset, the location, I have always used the same location. So I'll hope that you will choose the same location. So I used a US Central one in my last. So I'll expect all of you to use the same location that you want to. So this is the best that I could find. So here you then click create dataset, and that is it. So now we have a dataset. So that means we want our data. That means we want our we want our okay, yeah, that means we want our data to go to staging dataset, and then this is the name that it will be named. So here, so it will carry the project ID and the staging dataset and then the name. So this is the name it is going to be called here. So but now we have created that, so that is okay. So here again, right hand position, you will go and check on this and everything, allow quoted lines and everything. And also schema is very important, so you must identify your columns in your dataset. So you must know your columns in the dataset. So for example, here it has name and this and this. So you will identify everything, like creating a schema fields. So it is all upon you. So if the dataset is of the same type, so they will always have the same schema. So these things, you'll just copy them and paste them depending on the number of datasets you have that are different. And then after that, because here, even if you come here, it is the same thing. It is just the name that has changed. So after you have done that, so now we have the data will be in the data will be in BigQuery. So so now it is time to check if the really data tables were carried and the rows were carried correctly. So here we will create another function that we will check if the data really entered correctly. So we will use BigQuery check operator. So it will be checking each data set and confirm that the data set has the same number of rows that were in the initial database in the Google Cloud, in the Google Cloud storage. So the number of columns in the data set in BigQuery must be the same as the number of columns and rows. I mean, in the number of rows in the GCS. So here we will just use this one, and then it will be this will be checking all, or if all the data set is the same. So like you can see here, we are using SQL function to check. So it will be checking select count all from all the data phase too. So it will be confirming if all the rows are the same. So we will use them for every dataset. So you can see dataset Taheu, dataset Ican, and temp. So this is what it's going to do. It is going just to check if everything is correct, because we don't want to carry short staged dataset. So after that we have made sure of that. So here we're going now we have created the tables, right? So I'll be expecting now that we have created the tables, I'll be expecting that we will have to transform our tables so that they can be fit for analyzing. So we are going to transform them to dimensional tables, and then we will merge it into a fact table. If you know a fact table, it is a state schema. So you if you know more about it, you will understand that it is in the center of a database system. So it has all the data, and it is made of different dimensional tables. So dimensional tables just carry the attributes of the data, the data, and the data, and the fact table carries all of it. So here we can say create the table, and then and then this is a dummy operator, so it is just going to identify it. But here, let us just use one example. So from our root where our DAG is, as you can see here, so it is going to load an SQL file called the dataset IAM SQL. So this dataset IAM SQL is going to transform the data into a dimensional table. So let us go to this dataset, this SQL file, and see what it is exactly. So here you can see we are going to alter it, so it is going to add a column. Yeah, so you can see alter final project this. So final project this, so this is the final project this. Yeah, and then recipe staging dataset. Yeah, and then dataset IAM. So when I'm going to run this DAG, it is going to do all of that, as long as all the things are put intact. So here it says create or replace table final recipe dataset IAM. So here select, so these are the columns. So it is going to carry them from this main, yeah, to this recipe dataset. So you can see here we also have a recipe dataset. This dataset has our dimensional tables. That means here we are also going to create a dataset. Yeah, so it is called recipe dataset. So let me just lay like this, and then so that everything is going to fall into place. It cannot have an error. So recipe dataset. So let me see what is wrong with this. So here, okay. So I think it is a space. So let me try and delete it. Okay, control, yeah. So it is a recipe dataset, and it is in the central location, US central location, right? So yeah, so here you're going to you have done it, right? So everything is okay. So it is all, this is our project ID and this is our location, and then you just click create. You click create. Okay, so now we have all the datasets that we need. So this is the initial dataset, staging dataset, and this is going to be the dataset that will be having our dimensional tables and our fact table. So these functions are the ones that are going to transform it. So after you have carried for all of them, so if you are going to use a different data set, you will just choose anything that you will just rename it, and then it will be okay. But please make sure the locations are the same. Don't use different locations because it will not work. So here now we have finished this part. So what we're going to do here next, so we are going to define the stages and how it will run. So the first, what it will start the pipeline, and then it will go to loading stage, and then from loading stage it will run all these functions. If you go clearly from above, you will see them. For example, load tahu, load something. So you will just put them inside here so that you can see them like how they run, so that you can know where the error is. And then after that, you will check if the data set is correct, and then you will go to checking again. And after that, we will go to create dimensional tables, and then create our fact tables, and then check our final fact table. Yeah, and then we will finish the pipeline. So what I'm going to show you next is just we will go to after you've done that, you've created this, you've uploaded the first steps, you have uploaded your data, right? So don't worry about this one. You have created a bucket and you have uploaded your data, right? So that is correct, and everything is okay here. So what we do next here, we go and make sure that we have created a composer, an environment in the composer. So because creating an environment takes a little bit time, so I have already created an environment. So if you want to create an environment, you'll just click on create, and then from the last tutorial, you had already seen how to create an environment, so I'm not going to show you a lot. So here you'll just click, you will just write the name, and then you select the location that I used something like I used US Central 1. So yeah, and the node count, let it be as it is. So let everything be as it is. If you want to add number of schedulers, maximum they can be 3. Yeah, but if you add for the fourth one, it will have problems. So it is only three number of schedules. But that is for the paid one. So let's just use one for us, and then you will click create. Yeah, and after you've created an environment, this is how it will look like. You will click on your environment. You'll click on your environment like this. So let us wait as it opens. So yeah, so when it opens like this, if the environment is correct, so here you will see open airflow UIs, right? And then open dark folder. So let us open this in a new field, and let us open UI2. So opening a dark folder, when you create an environment, everything is created, the dark folder. So this is what explains in the Google storage. We had seen something like US Central something. So that is created automatically. So here I've created different DACs. I've created different DACs. So this is the environment where your DACs can be run. So here you can upload your DAC. For example, here I've already uploaded my DAC, right? So I've let me delete it, and then I'll upload it again here. So okay, right. So I've deleted it. So let's see. So here I have different DACs. So the SQL folder that I had created, I'll send it to, so that you can know like where you put it. It will be in the root area where your DAG is, so that if you open it in it here, for example, it will have the dataset, YAM, SQL, and all the datasets. But if you are using one dataset, it is okay too. It will be even more easier, more better. So let me go back to uploading my DAG. Okay, so this is the environment where our DAG is. So we go to DAGs here, and then after that we just upload files. So you can upload a folder if you want to, but I'm going to upload just that one file. So let me go to my project. It was final. Okay, yeah, this final project that we are going to do. So, and then we will we will click on it, and then it will upload as we wait, so that we can run it and see. So here, let us refresh again and see if it has not yet uploaded. So let us wait and see if it has uploaded. When it will upload, it will be easier for us to know. Okay, now we can go, you can click on it on your DAG, and then you will go. Let me use graph here and then see. So as you can see, the graph is running correctly from the beginning to the end because everything is intact. So that means let's go to our big query here, and then let us refresh, because we had created these data sets and we did not have anything like we did not have any data sets in it. But our I believe our DAG has done everything for us. It has sent, it has created, is that it has transformed, so everything now is easier. So if let us wait until it finishes. So here, let us open it again. Yeah, so this was the staging dataset. Okay, okay, let's wait and see. Seems it is still loading. So so okay, let us wait and see what it does for us as we wait. Okay, so yeah, it has loaded our dataset, right? So let us check if it is the datasets are correct, or the data has been transferred. Yeah, and then let us create a table, a dimensional tables. Yeah, so this is create a dimensional table. Yeah, so these are we are in this process. So after that, here we have created dimensional tables for all of these tables. Yeah, so, and then after that, what we have done, so let us create now a fact table. Because we are merging all these dimensional tables to form one fact table that will contain all our data sets, our data, I mean. That means it will be easier for us. So as you can see, nothing has failed so far. Everything is correct. So yeah, everything has run smoothly to the end. So let us wait on this. It is still running, so finishing pipeline. So let us wait on this until it is super green like others, and then yeah, and then we can. Okay, let me go, let me check again. Okay, Okay, let us refresh. So it seems like it's going to take us some time, but it is okay. So yeah, so yeah, now you can see everything is created, and everything is correct. So these are our staging datasets, and these dimensional datasets have been created from these datasets. So uh, as you can see, all of these are dimensional datasets, and if you can click on it, okay, it is taking some time to load. If you're clicking on it and then you click on details, yeah, as you can see that they have small number of rows, so all of them have almost 2000 number of rows, and that is it. But the fact tables, this is the fact data set. It has all the databases, all the data in these dimensional tables. So that means it must be more than that. So that you can see the number of rows is 11,000. So from here you can query it if you want to. You can run it. You can query it if you want to, and for example, here you can see select, yeah, or let me say all. Okay, select all from this, so the limit will be 1000. So you can see like it will display everything, yeah. So if we go down, okay, we go down and everything. So this is the fact tables, so we can select different scenarios, and also you can go to exploring data, so you can use data studio. Let's for example use data studio. You can analyze the data according to what you want, as long as your data has been merged and you have all the data. Now you can go ahead and do analysis on it. So okay, so this is the facts data set. So I'm expecting to have all the data from all the tutorials. Okay, so let me see. Okay, loves okay, yeah, let me try to add a chart and see what happens. So this is the dashboard. Let me try this. Yeah. Okay, this is what we have. This is the data studio for IAM. So this is the number of data sets that we have gotten. So okay, so you can analyze more. Let me see dimension. Yeah, kebab. Okay, so many ingredients. Okay. Okay, guys. So as you can see, you can analyze everything. You can check on your data, and you can see the schema and the number of tables. So from your data, from the data that you will be using, you can use maybe two or three data sets. You don't have to use a lot of data sets like I have used, but this is an example of a real data warehousing project where you can given even more than 50 data sets, and you have to do work for them. So that means if you're using Apache Airflow, I mean if you're using Google Composer, it is going to be more easier for you, and it is going to help you a lot, and in a great value. So now that you've known how to run your DAG, and creating a DAG too. I have explained a little bit, but you can go into, or you can go more in depth and learn more and know more, so that it will be easier for you to perform different tasks of this project. Thank you, guys. So I'm expecting this project in 1 week. So if you have a problem, you can reach me out in the inbox. So and I'll be glad to help. Thank you so much for you for your time.